The only thing better than the smell of apple cinnamon focaccia is eating it fresh from the oven. Start off by preheating your oven to the lowest setting possible and then shutting it off. But we're going to start with 2 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of yeast. I'm using bread machine, whatever kind you have will work. 2 tablespoons of sugar. You can use brown or white. And then we'll just give this a good stir. We're just gonna let this sit for about 5 minutes. Next, we're gonna add in our flour. I'm using bread flour. You don't have to. All-purpose will work. Sorry, 4 cups. Half a tablespoon of salt. Give this a really good mix till it forms a shaggy dough. Once you have a formed shaggy dough, we're just gonna cover it and put it in the preheated oven for about 5 to 10 minutes. It's going to peel either 3 small apples or maybe like 2 big ones. So once you've got your apples roughly diced up, I'm going to transfer them to a saucepan, and we're going to add some cinnamon, probably tablespoon and a half, and we're going to add some brown sugar, probably 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and then we're going to heat this up. While your apples are sauteing, your bread has probably been resting for about 5 minutes. So we're just going to take it out, do some stretch and folds. So you literally just pick up a side of the bread, lift it up, and fold it into the center. So we'll cover it again and put it back in the oven for about 15 minutes. Apples should look something like this. We're just going to set this aside. So once it's preheated for about 15 minutes in the oven, we're just going to lightly drizzle some olive oil onto a parchment lined tray, and I'm going to use a brush and just kind of put it everywhere. And we're going to transfer our dough and stretch it out. Make it into a big rectangle. Next, about a tablespoon of melted butter. Is going to drizzle that all over. Use my brush and kind of get it everywhere. And we're going to use about 3/4 of the apples that we sauteed. Just going to spread those around. Just going to add a little extra cinnamon and a little extra brown sugar. And then we're just going to fold it into thirds. We have to flip it this way. So once you folded it in thirds, we're just going to fold it again in thirds. And then we're going to preheat our oven to 400 and cover this while it's preheating. So we're just going to try and lightly stretch this out. So in a bowl, we're going to add about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of butter. We're going to melt this. So to our melted butter, we're going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon and probably a tablespoon of brown sugar. We'll give that a good mix. Drizzle that on top. And I'm just going to use that brush from earlier. I'm going to stick this in the oven. So once it's been in the oven for 15 minutes, we're just now going to add our remaining apples to the top, and we're going to cook it for another 5 to 10 minutes. I should have put more dimples. Do that with yours. Put it back in the oven.